Usually when a year comes to an end, means there's a lot of awards. Well, here in Zambia, that's the case. I don't know where you might be watching this from, but in Zambia, usually towards the end of each and every year, we have awards. So earlier, somewhere in November, we had the Personality of the Year Awards and the Zamte Social Media Awards. Then the Kwacha Music Awards happened like some few weeks ago. Then last week we had the Ngoma Award. Just recently, on the 6th of December, we had the only Christian awards. That's Christian Musical Awards. They are called the Radio Christian Voice Music Awards. Hi, my name is IK and this is The Muse. And today we are breaking down the RCVMA's pre-show event. The main awards have not been posted on YouTube yet. So what I'm basically doing is reacting to the pre-show awards. These were posted on the 4th of December on their YouTube channel. You can go and check them out. I watched the whole entire event. It was about 2 hours. Very interesting. And arguably, the Radio Christian Voice Music Awards are one of the best organized, at least from an aesthetically point of view. Whoever is behind their creativity is really doing a good job. You can see that this event was well organized. I don't know about the main event, which happened at what lodge is that? I've forgotten the name of the lodge. But yeah, the pre-show looks like it was an indoor thing. Maybe at their own studio, I have no idea. But they really did a good job. Now, let's get into the review and summary of the RCVMA pre-show event. Yeah, so Rudo was presenting together with Josh, the artist. They did quite a good job. Although Josh kept on saying, let's give some awards.
Let's give away some awards. Let's give away some awards.
These were very well organized and good job to the two of you. So on top of the awards, what was happening in between those awards were artists' interviews and performances. So we had performances from people like Lame, Moto, Josh the artist, Pastor Washi, Chileshe, and Daniel Kaira, plus many more. These guys are really good singers. To be honest, I didn't know that the Christian community was that big. I'm surprised. And just an observation, these guys can speak English. All of them are eloquent. All of them are articulate. Very impressive. I feel like if you're a Christian artist and you're not good in English, you would feel a bit intimidated. But yeah, these guys are really good like that. But yeah, let's get into what we're here to talk about. Now, they were announcing about 4 categories of the awards. And these were regional categories, genre-specific categories, technical, and production. Let's go over these specific categories. So in genre, this is where we are looking at the type of music you're doing. Is it hip-hop? Is it Afrofusion? Is it Kalindula? Is it R&B? Yeah, things like that. The main awards were on the 6th. These were just the categories that were announced or given during the pre-show. Then the other one was the provincial category. Best artist from Western Province, best artist from Southern, best artist from the Copper Belt, Lusaka, things like that. And I made an observation. Why is it that when it came to the a cappella nominees, most of the songs that were submitted were, I think those were Tonga groups, if I'm not mistaken. Either they were all Tonga groups or the songs that were being sung were in Tonga. Now, this makes me ask, why is it that the a cappellas or the a cappella groups were, like the songs were just in Tonga? Is it that this specific genre is only mastered by Tongas and other parts of the country are not interested, or what? Yeah. Then another category is the worship song of the year. Nshaye was not nominated by Pastor DM Siame. Prophet DM Siame. Nshaye. Dun, 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 dun. Such a good song. It should have been considered. Yeah. Best hip hop went to Solomon Plate and Mark 44, I think. Yeah. By the way, there was a cipher, the first ever RCVMA cipher. Okay, and there was very interesting names there. Danny TSG Humane was there. Mag 44 was there. Josh the artist. Tim, obviously. And Peter Mondova. These were not the only ones. But here's an observation I made. Peter Mondova. I don't know who this guy is, but he really sounds like Tim. If you don't believe me, just listen to this.
Tiri na majariso monga mwana wa mkomboni tapopoka monga wapika mapopcorni hybrid monga basi yako chostoni that's real like a video you post on.
You can't tell me this doesn't sound like Tim. He's good, but I just thought he sounded like Tim. And I made two discoveries. I honestly had no idea that Olivia, Real Talk with Olivia, that lady, I had no idea that she's a gospel singer. Honestly shocked. It makes sense. It now makes so much sense why there's a lot of wisdom in the things she says. I've always made an observation to say people that believe in God, like true Christians, there's just something about them, like they have all this wisdom, all this knowledge. The world might not agree with what they say at times because sometimes it goes against the things that we grew up believing. But yeah, she's a gospel artist on top of what she does. Really interesting. And another thing, Eddie Black, he's a gospel artist now. To all you hip hop heads out there, Eddie Black is now a gospel hip hop artist. Maybe that's the reason why we do not hear about him anymore. Because let's be honest, sometimes when you divert and you go into the gospel scene, especially if that's not where you started from, it really takes a lot for you to continue being, heard out there. Because now you've decided to say, okay, I don't want to start rapping about this. Now I'm going to be rapping about God. And a lot of people, some people do not approve. So they might as well just ignore you completely. Yeah, so in case you've been missing Eddie Black, baby, he's now a gospel artist, but you should check him out. He's still good though. He is still good. So those are the genre-specific awards. Hip-hop, Kalindula, R&B, Afrofusion, a cappella, things like that. Then we went to provincial categories. This is where they awarded artists from different provinces, Lusaka, Western Province, Southern, and places like that. Then there's the technical and production category. I honestly don't understand this one, so I'm not even going to waste time talking about it. But I have a question before I go, because this is just a summary. If you want the full thing, go and watch it for yourself. Honestly, they've really put out a very good production, and you are guaranteed to enjoy. I saw a performance from Lame, from Moto, and these guys sometimes tend to lean more into, the secular type of music, especially with Moto. He does gospel, and by the way, Vubui was also performing. Makes me wonder if she's now a gospel artist or not. Which brings me to my question. For someone like Lame with his song Chikondi, or DG Music with his song, what's the title of that song? Kukonda, I think. Those were such good songs. And my question basically is, are these gospel artists allowed to be nominated in the regular awards, the Kwacha Music Awards, the Ngoma Awards, and any other musical awards we have in our country? What happens if they end up being nominated for a song they did? You know, I know most of the gospel songs do not end up being played like the way secular music gets to be played. But if we say one day a gospel song gets so massive that it's played everywhere, can they get nominated under the Kwacha Music Awards or the Ngoma Awards? That's just the question I had in mind. Yeah, I don't know. But let me know if that can happen, because we have so much talent in these guys, and I don't think they should be restricted to just be nominated under the gospel or the Christian awards, especially if the song is not predominantly about the gospel, you understand? Yeah, so that's just a thought. Now let's try to rate these awards. Diamond Personality of the Year Award, Zamto Social Media Awards, Kwacha Music Awards, Ngoma Awards, and the RCVMA. When you look at them, undoubtedly these, the RCVA, Radio Christian Voice Musical Awards, are organized in a better way. The RCVMA are well organized, at least according to me and what I've seen. I've not yet seen the main awards, like I've said. I'm going to make a video about those as well. But these, they were a beauty to look at, you know? The setup, the image quality, the sound quality, just everything was making sense, you know? When you're watching let's say the Kwacha Music Awards or the Ngoma Awards, and you're watching them at home on TV or on your phone, the picture quality is not as good. Maybe it's because they are not using enough light. Maybe it's because they have low quality cameras. Who knows? So the image quality is not very good. It's not very pleasing to look at. But when you look at the RCVMAs, it's a different story. They have good image quality. They have good audio outputs. It's just rich. It's very entertaining. It's very pleasing. You're not going to get bored when you're looking at these awards. And I feel like this should be the standard. This should be the standard. So for me, I would say the RCVMA are number one in terms of production and just giving people the willingness to still continue watching when they tune in to watch these awards. But yeah, that's just my opinion. My name is IK. Let me know what you think about this analysis. Watch me on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. And I'll see you around.